So you're in San Francisco and you need a place to remote work. Here are a couple of my favorite spots.
Capital One Cafe is actually one of the very few places I feel comfortable staying all day, just grabbing a coffee and then getting some work done. They're specifically for remote workers or anyone who doesn't have an office to come to Capital One. You can do your banking there, and then you can also use the space. The place is huge and it's always really packed. So they open really, really early. So let's go check it out.
Capital One made it a place for banking, for remote working, and they added a cafe. It's 3 stories high and they offer you free Wi-Fi. It's open to public, so anyone can come in and stay as they want. If you are a Capital One cardholder, you do get benefits to be able to book the private rooms as well as get discounts on the coffee. There are some areas with outlets and there's some without. I usually meet my friends here to remote work together or to even eat lunch here. They are not really strict as long as you clean up after yourself and you use the space as intended. The employees are super friendly. There's also a bathroom on the lower floor, and it's just a really great co-working space to be. This is probably my favorite place to remote work out of. Okay, so moving on to the next location, which is the Ikea Workshop in Ikea. It's located on the 5th floor and it is a private co-working space. I was able to get in because my friend is a fellow there through the Amid AI lab. Prices start at $2.99, which is a bit pricey, so I would definitely try and go in as a guest again. This space is in collaboration with Industrious, which is very similar to WeWork. I really like being a guest here. I mean, it's so spacious. There's actually a lot of rooms available. You do have to be a member here in order to access the space. There's also like 5 different phone booths right along this way, so it's perfect for me to take calls. I actually have a call with someone who runs a German accelerator, and I might be doing some community consulting. I think I was pleasantly surprised by how large the space were. There were definitely a lot of meeting rooms and nooks and crannies, even just like resting areas, and it really does remind me of a large WeWork downtown. Look at all the phone booths that they have. There was also micro kitchens around the space, as well as a place for office supplies and printers. I also went to go check out the bathroom, and it did have a couple of things for the ladies. This is the new eating hall. It's like a food court for IKEA. One of the benefits of being able to work at the IKEA Workshop is the food court. It's new and it actually just opened. There's 2 levels to it and they have a plethora of different types of restaurants, bars, a lot of options for vegans, if I might say so. And then you have the regular IKEA menu.
A gorgeous space, so much lighting as you can tell, and it's very quiet. There's also a lot of founders there, so I like the vibes. It's there. Look at the top floor.
Okay, up next I'm going to share a couple of cafes in the city that I think are pretty good and conducive for remote working. Cafe Ravel, this is on Polk Street. This is actually a really nice, brightly lit restaurant. Look at the dog! Area for people to remote work. A lot of people come here without any problems. And then this is Teaspoon, a boba location. I think this is great for maybe an hour or 2 to work out of, get a drink, sit at one of the chairs along the bar. There are outlets here, but it just depends on what day you go because there might be people sitting around. Generally, I think people come here for pickup, so there have been spots that are pretty open. Just don't come on the weekends because that's when it's probably the most busiest. Okay, and this is the most recent gem that I found, Juniper Cafe. They actually won the best croissant for 2024. They have really great savory and sweet pastries that you can get. I've seen a lot of other people sit here with their laptops, but I did not see any outlets. So I also assume that people here are usually there for an hour or 2 grabbing a coffee or a croissant, as well as catching up with their friends. It's right on Polk Street and there's a lot of good lighting, big windows. And last but not least, if you don't want to pay for any pastries or coffee, you can check out San Francisco's public library system. I went to the one in Chinatown, which is in this like old heritage building, as you can tell.
This is the Chinatown Public Library. Let's see if it's a good place to remote work.
The library was pretty large with ample seating. I didn't see a lot of outlets here, but most people came here to probably study, read, get some writing done, and of course it's a library, so you can't be on calls all the time. They also have printers which you can print paper for free if you have a library card. They have computers for you as well as laptops that you can actually rent out if you need one. There's something really nostalgic about libraries for me because that's where my parents used to take me on the weekends. So if you need a place that's very quiet and you need to focus, this is probably your best bet.
The only thing I didn't see were outlets. So if you are going to be working here for a very long time, you need outlets. You might need to bring your own battery source, or you can rent out some of the Dell laptops that they have at the library. But it's pretty cool. It's a very historic building.
I hope you found these places super helpful. If you're nomading or remote working in San Francisco, let me know how you like these locations or if you have any recommendations yourself. Please leave them in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and follow along, and see you all in the next video. Have a good one!